Hello everyone, happy Tuesday afternoon. Welcome back to the Magnificent Mags channel from a sun-drenched Rising Sun Country Park. Yes, it is a quick turnaround between the two games and me doing these videos. As I said last night, you think you've got enough hours of the day, but you don't. I had work and then tried to cram so much in, and I just managed to get the video edited and uploaded, albeit around midnight. But yeah, here we go again. Crystal Palace tomorrow. The worrying news that Eddie Howe has got pneumonia. It's that he'd contracted it. And although I've not had it myself personally, one of the lads I do go to the match with has had it before, and he just says, yeah, we know it's a killer, so you've got to catch it in the right time. But he just says it knocks you for 6. And yeah, you see, you've got to be on like a course antibiotics, but it can be a matter of just weeks, or you could be months. It could be long, it might be short, we just don't know. But like I said in my video yesterday, that you can't really speculate about what he had, and at the same time you can't speculate when he might be back. It's just one of those where the most important thing is his health, as Tyndall said, because if he's not right and he isn't recovered, then there's no job to go to if he's not here. So the most important thing is that he recovers and he just returns when he returns. Like, we know he's at least out of tomorrow and Saturday night's game at Villa Park, but we'll wait and see if he's back for Ipswich. But we just know he's so meticulous, everything's planned well in advance, that they're in capable hands with Tyndall and Graham Jones, Stephen Purchase and everyone. Going on to the training ground news. The club obviously is still sourcing a new location out. Lots of areas have been mooted. There's places like Great Park and everywhere, but what they're doing at the moment is expanding Darsley Park, so there's going to be an enhanced player area. There's going to be they're going to do some upgrades to the car park. I believe it was the north and west locations. They're going to do new buildings, so temporary buildings are going to be pulled down, and these are going to be purpose-built ones. So it's like new meeting areas for the staff and players, obviously new treatment areas as well. So it's over the 1,350 square meters, and that's for the 140 staff and players who are on site. They said there should be no change in the numbers who are there, but it is just exciting news again, because again, the club aren't standing still, are they? They're always looking to improve, and they just want the best facilities, whether that's just enhancing Darsley Park or when they source a new area for the new training ground. But yeah, if you follow the link that the club have posted on their X account, all the information's in there. Team news, well, actually, good thing is I'm expecting it to be another unchanged team, because we've went 5 games in a row without changing a team, and we've got 5 wins. Obviously that's 4 in the league, sandwiching the cup final win, but yeah, I'm expecting the same team. Good news is no one's unscathed from Sunday's win, and the good news additionally on top of that is Anthony Gordon is fine. He came on with about 20 minutes to go, so we've got that another option, another string to a bow. That's no Harvey Barnes pun intended. And Joe Willock as well. Jason Tyndall's confirmed this morning that he's out of the concussion protocols period, so he's another option available off the bench. So yeah, the squad's looking healthy. And even better news, now I know we've been down this road before with Sven Botman, but the fantastic news is Sven Botman is back on the grass. It's only been a matter of 5 to 6 weeks since he had his surgery, this time on his other knee, but the fact that he's back out on the grass and we could see him back soon is brilliant. I mean, at the moment we haven't needed him, have we? Dan Burn and Fabian Scher have been fantastic, but yeah, just to have Sven Botman available as an option if anything were to happen. And just before I go into Crystal Palace, Cordero, that was brilliant news this morning. Antonio Cordero, it's broke by Fabrizio Romano that Antonio Cordero had been approached by Barcelona and Real Madrid, but he's turned them down and he's joining us in July. Now, that is such a coup for the club. Now, I've had lots of comments today saying, oh, it's only to do with money. Look, money is a factor, I'll say this, because the Premier League is the biggest and richest league in the world. Yes, the money will probably be a bit better here, despite the riches of Real Madrid and Barcelona, but I've just got to say, there's lots of other factors that come into this and why Cordero's signed. One of those is the fact that Eddie Howe is an elite coach and he improves players, as it's been evidenced obviously with Fabian Schär, Jacob Murphy, Joe Linton. So he's obviously not a player surplus to requirements, but the fact we've nabbed such a top talent from Malaga, and I put on my post, I haven't seen much of him play bar when people put YouTube clips together. But make of them what you will. So the fact Newcastle have signed him, and he can play right wing, but it looks like, I think Craig Howe posted the day it looked to loan him out, but he could go in with what unders, and then when Eddie Howe thinks he's ready to come up with the first team, he will. But yeah, what a coup that is. Fantastic signing to get him over those clubs. He could go to them in future, but the fact that he sees his fledgling career, is the word I was looking for here, is just massive for her. Like, he sees the ambition. We won a trophy. He's probably seen the parade. Eddie Howe's track record of developing players. Obviously the new training ground and stadiums mooted, whether it be here when they come to fruition, we don't know, but it's just absolutely fantastic to see we're just getting another talent, and hopefully this time it's not a minter and we'll actually see the best of them. Crystal Palace, it's a massive game in hand. Now, they've been in good form though. If you look out of the last 5 games, they've won 3, drew 1, and then they'd obviously lost at Etihad at the weekend. I watched the highlights back of that a couple of times. They are obviously a very dangerous team. They've got serious threats up front: John Philip Mateta, Ismail Assar, and the main one, Ebericha Eze. But they're a team who, while they do attack, they like to attack down the wings, it looks like, with that pace, the break at pace. Even if at times they do sit in a low block, but they are down in 12th, I believe, 43 points, so they're 13 points behind were. And as Tyndall said, I think they'd only lost 2 in 15, so they've been fantastic. They hadn't lost away from home in 10 games until Etihad at the weekend. And I just think they've been a fantastic team. In a way, that the start season's slow, but like us, they end them strong. And obviously Glasner had a great run with them at the end of last season. So we know what they're going to come here with, and they'll be a big threat. I think they'll be more of a threat than Manchester United, in all honesty, and not just because they're above them in the table, but because they just look at such an impressive outfit. But you know what? It's still one I think we will win. I mean, in the reverse fixture, we'll remember that, the pain of it. Selhurst Park, 30th of November. It was one of them strange times where we only had one shot on target, but the goal was an own goal from Gahey. The irony of that at the time, I was laughing. The player who had been linked with all summer, and then Paris just wouldn't just accept the bid and kept upping the fee, which was ridiculous. Well, you know what, that's there. You know what, actually, it's probably harsh. It's like us with Isaac. When it's their asset, they can charge what they like for them. Doesn't mean we have to pay it, and we didn't. But it was a killer in the last minute to concede to Munoz, 94th minute. It would have been a big win. But you know what? In the last 8 games against them, it's been fairly balanced. Because in the first 18 games against Crystal Palace, we'd won 10, drew 5 and lost 3. So we had the edge over them. Overall since, we've played 40, won 19, drew 11 and lost 10. In the last 8 games, it's been 2 wins apiece and 4 draws. So they are a tough opponent, one that we've had trouble beating. But when we last played them at St James's Park, because the last 2 have been away from home, was 4-0 in October 2023. But you know what? We do have the upper hand against them at St James's Park. In the last 11 games, we've won 7, drew 2 and lost 2 against them. And we've got a pretty good record in the last 3 games there. We have kept clean sheets. They haven't scored. And overall, it has been last 8 fixtures at St James's. 6 clean sheets, if I remember right. So, yeah, it is a fixture where we do tend to struggle when we're down in Croydon, but when it comes to here, we do have the upper hand, albeit they are difficult to break down. It takes a bit of patience, but we do always seem to find a way in the end. We do have our threats down the wing, like like obviously Palace do, but Harvey Barnes, he's got 7 goals and 2 assists in his last 11 games. In his last couple of games, he's got 3 goals and 2 assists. So he's banging form, as I said in my last video. And Jacob Murphy, he's on 10 assists for the season. And the last player to get more than that was Laurent Robert. I remember him with the absolute torpedo of a left foot. 2001-2 season where he got 11. So we've got our threats down both sides, but obviously they do too. Eberechi Eze has 2 goals and 6 assists in his last 11 games. Jean-Philippe Mateta has 13 goals. Ismail Assar has 7. Muniz has 4 and Gehi has 3. And I think Eze, despite his form, how much of a threat he is with his pace, especially on transitions, he only has 3 for the season. So you think they might have more than they do, but they have adapted and they are such a more accomplished outfit, despite losing obviously Michael Elise to Bayern Munich. And yeah, as I go back to what Tyndall said, they've only had 2 defeats in 15 and it's 4 defeats in 20. So they are such an impressive team, and I think they've scored 15 set-piece goals this season, which is the most of any club. So you've got to compliment them, but yeah, we're at home. You've got to back where I always do against anyone. So this is certainly a game that I am still going to back. And you know what? They will cause problems. I do expect them to score. But again, with threats, as I've said, it's been 7 goals and 8 assists in these last 17 games for Jacob Murphy, and Harvey Barnes, obviously 7 goals and 2 assists there, like I said, in his last 11 games. So yeah, I do expect Palace to cause problems. I'd be mad not to, because they've been so impressive this season. But again, they're always a club who seem to want to have a bigger ambition than mid-table, and they're always like kind of pushing for the European places, but then they always fall off. But at this moment in time, I think they're only after last night's Monday Night Football, which Bournemouth won, they're 5 points behind the Europa Conference places, 8th place. But I believe that if Chelsea win the Europa Conference League, that would only the top 7 would qualify for Europe instead of the top 8. So yeah, Palace do still have that to play for, and obviously they're in the FA Cup semi-finals weekend after this. So their season's not dead in any way, and they might think they can get a trophy and Europe, a bit like us, but obviously it'll be a lesser European competition than the Champions League. I do believe Newcastle will win. I'm going to go a 3-1 win, just because they're going to once again do for Eddie Howe. Champions League qualifications in our hands. Chance to go 3rd, even without defeat we'll go 3rd, but we can make it 4 wins from 4 from this run, and then we can be only 4 points behind Arsenal, with them still to play, as I said in my short and my last video. They're there to be caught. Arsenal are there to be caught. I honestly believe we can get 2nd place. Why not? Sky's the limit under this manager and the owners. So yeah, I'm going to back with, just for the fact as well that unlike Liverpool, who played 2 games more, Newcastle in the last 16 games have got 36 points. So yeah, I'm going to back with a win. I'm going to go 3-1. Isak to get back on the score sheet again. I fancy Tonali to get another one, and then maybe a defender to pop up. I'll say Fabian Schär. Fabian Schär's due 1. Mightn't be a screamer, but with him, I don't think he does any other type of goal. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, for my channel and NUFC 360, Magpie 24/7 and Magpie Ultras, please continue to like, comment, share and subscribe. Turn on those notifications, and more content is coming. Like I said, I can share it with you when I can. But other than that, for now, I'll be back tomorrow night outside St James's Park once we've played, to give me a quick post-match reaction, and then I'll do a little bit of a longer one once it's Thursday, and then looking ahead Aston Villa on Saturday. But yeah, take care, enjoy your night everyone, and enjoy the game tomorrow. Hopefully it's another 3 points. Bye bye.